Greetings, fellow Gothamites. Tiki here,
And Blue Dragon 5.
and welcome to the Kickback Cafe, the show where we kick back and talk about anything but Disney. Oh my god, that's so cool! Oh, that's so freaking cool! Oh my god! I'm sure you share the same sentiment, Blue Dragon 5.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
wow, that we've had a year of really good trailers. I'm going to be bold and say that might have been the best trailer of the year. Oh, I'm glowing. Look at my face. Look at my face. I look like a kid in a candy store right now. And I'm the one who said I was growing, in superhero fatigue. Blue Dragon 5, I'm going to be bold and say with this trailer, I think I'm now officially more excited for DC movies than I am for Marvel movies. Oh, man.
That's a very bold
Wow.
statement.
You know what? I know, but between this and Suicide Squad, if this movie ends up being like half as good as this trailer was, we're in for a good time. We're in for a good few years. Oh God. Okay, where to start? Where to start?
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Oh
So,
boy.
one of my favorite parts of the trailer, basically every shot was freaking awesome, but one of my favorite elements of this trailer from the get-go, Bruce Wayne meeting Clark Kent. I loved it so much.
It's such a good conceit. You have that classical music playing in the background.
Oh yeah, this great classic music. Of course, the famous debate, like however you have a Batman Superman meeting each other story, you always have to have the Bruce Wayne Clark Kent interview scene. You always have to have that. We get a little taste of it here in the trailer. This trailer plays more like a first look than a trailer, but still good stuff. So starts off with this conversation between two of them. Clark Kent being new to Gotham. It's implied that he is in Gotham interviewing because he's kind of the fish out of water in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he's interviewing Bruce Wayne, who's kind of just walked on the red carpet, so to speak, to what looks like an art gala that I'm assuming Lex Luthor is hosting.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about Luther.
So basically, the conversation starts off from Clark asking about basically how Batman operating Gotham, which suggests right from the get-go that Batman is still in operation and is not retired.
Right. Yeah,
That's what it
exactly. He's
suggests.
very active because, the newspapers are writing headlines about him.
Right.
He's really in the people's consciousness for sure.
So basically, he's questioning, like, does this Bat vigilante threaten the civil liberties? And, people are in fear of him. And then we see, of course, the shot we've seen. We're going to try to glaze over some of the shots we've seen many times before.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Basically, we get the Batarang shot, and of course, the guy being branded, which of course we see a new angle on that now, which is really neat. But he thinks he's above the law, and then we see the newspapers as Bat brand of justice, but the guy branded, get it? And then, of course, we get the Bruce Wayne side of this, and of course, Affleck just selling us on Bruce Wayne already in the trailer. I mean, oh my god. He says, it's funny. The Daily Planet's criticizing those they think are basically the Daily Planet criticizing those they think is above the law.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Isn't that hypocritical?
And then we get the shot of we saw the giant Superman statue at night, all destroyed in the second trailer. I honestly think the Superman statue is even more unsettling in the daytime for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like it's supposed to be this monument to hope, but it ends up just kind of being this oppressive, like this giant man is lingering over you.
And of course, that has to be intentional. And Snyder's he's got to put that in there, showing it's like it's a good gesture, but of course, with that, it's like Superman is something good, but still imposing. That's the idea they're going for there, and it seems to be working. I'll tell you why it's intimidating. It's because it's like such a dark statue. It's not light and friendly. It's just it's so dark.
No, it totally is. If they wanted to go light and friendly with it, they could have gone a number of ways with it. But
yeah, like there's the famous Superman statue, like the eagle on his arm, all smiley and nice.
Right. Just like a 50-foot, like Paul Bunyan style statue like that.
Anyway, so then of course, then Batman and Bruce Wayne points out, he makes an excellent point. He says every kitten from a tree story, it's a puff piece, about an alien who could burn the place down.
Mm-hmm.
The tension's starting to rise, and of course, the best part of this trailer, in my opinion, this is the best part. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's so many great contenders, but to me, this is my favorite part. Bruce Wayne's retort to Clark Kent is after Clark responds, most people don't share that opinion, and Bruce Wayne says, "Oh my God, I love this part." He says, Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed up like clowns.
Yeah, yeah. And as he's
Oh,
saying that, we get the Jason Todd suit.
oh my god! First of all, that is the coolest Batman retort ever. Just this
Hmm.
Superman,
Hmm.
like such a great incognito conversation that raises all the tensions. You know, it's like calling Superman a clown in a costume. Oh my! And of course, comparing him to again, that's the light side of it. The dark side of it too is just like him saying, "Yeah, you could be more dangerous than the Joker." I mean, as much as psychotically, obviously not, but still, just power wise compared to
Power wise, I think Batman absolutely believes that.
like power wise, you could be more of a threat than the Joker, and the Joker's just twisted even without powers. Though it's just
Hmm.
it's like you like a clown on both sides.
And then we get to my personal.
The tension builds, and then
Yeah.
who enters?
Oh my god. Okay, you know me, from the second that Eisenberg was cast, I was really, really happy about it. Um, I honestly like Eisenberg was my personal choice to play Lex Luthor before anyone was even cast for it.
I said I'd give him a chance after I saw him, and now you see me. I said, okay, I think this guy might bring a different take on Luthor.
This is a dream come true for me, honestly. Um, just the
When
way he
you
plays it,
wish upon a Luthor.
it's like I feel like I conjured my image of. Don't get the one wrong thing about it is the hair. I
Well,
still
again, it
think
might
of
be a
him
wig.
bald.
The idea is it's probably going to be a wig that he wears for parties and for the public appearances.
I like that actually.
I'm pretty sure
I
that's
like that.
again. I'm telling you, I think the way they're playing it is like in the public eye, he's kind of lowering people's guards by being kind of like the Facebook generation billionaire type guy.
Okay, well, you haven't seen The Social Network, and The Social Network he gets really dark. I think here he's like more of the zombie land guy.
Well, you know, I mean, I just mean he's kind of like the light, kind of the lighter side of things. Just like, oh yeah, hey, people, it's like kind of the new billionaires we have today. You know, kind of just the casual guys.
Sure,
The
sure.
casual prodigy boy genius guys in the public. Like, he's going for an Iron Man thing on the surface, really deep down, he's Lex Luthor.
But I love the voice. I freaking love the voice because Eisenberg kind of has, people say he's one note, and I can see where they're coming from with that to a certain extent, especially because he does a lot of like stoner comedies where he plays a similar role, and he kind of gets lumped together. But Social Network is where I thought he could do good as Lex Luthor.
I'm just
Social
waiting.
Network is where I discovered him.
We didn't quite get it in the trailer. We got like a taste of it with the Lois Lane bit, which we'll get to. But there's one bit I want to see with Eisner, whether it's like he removes the wig to get to this place or not. But I just want the place where it's going to be him kind of being. Again, I'm hoping this what he's bringing here is kind of still facade Luthor, and I'm hoping that at his core it's going to be like same performance, but like twinged a little bit to the right. You know, he's like cutting. It's the Luthor. It's the smartest guy in the room who's like deconstructed you by just looking at you before he even blinks. So like he just tears you down like quickly, like Eisenberg can, you know, with dialogue and witty retorts. It's just like he says, "Yeah, you're thinking you're going to do this, but no, absolutely not. You're not going to do that." He's saying, "Yeah, you're going to go here right now, or else I'm going to cut your pension. I'm going to make sure your kids are in the most squalid conditions you've ever imagined. Basically, I tear them down to pieces. I feel like a guy who just like spilled his coffee."
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Luthor I want to see. Just like the guy who's like outsmart everyone in the room. He walks in there, just can do it, like tear someone down like that. That's what I'm waiting for.
But I'm 1,000% convinced that when he, when he's like doing his whole bit, like, oh, at last, Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the bit I love is when he like shakes Clark Kent's hand and he's like, "Oh, you got a good grip. I wouldn't want to fight this guy."
Boys, I love it. Just that's his opening line. Boys,
Oh.
I love it. Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent. Oh yeah. So anyway, so then we have Alfred has some great bits. I cannot wait to see Jeremy Irons Alfred. I'm really excited.
I don't know. I don't necessarily know why they're keeping Alfred's look a surprise. It's
Wasn't it? Well, we saw a glimpse of him. There's not a big surprise. We know what he looks like. We saw
Oh,
him.
that's right. We did see a brief glimpse of him.
Yeah, it's just like he's pulling off the vest look with the glasses. It looks good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, so basically, Jeremy Irons Alfred, I'm really looking forward to. He's asking, "Are you going to?" He sounds like classic Alfred, like kind of pointing out the logic in Bruce, like not being afraid to challenge Bruce. Just saying, he's asking him, "What? You're going to start a war?" He brought the war to us, and of course, we see the shot of him and the little girl, and it's got the events of Man of Steel going on. Then we see some awesome fighting going on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know, you in Alfred saying, "You know you can't win this, right? It's suicide." Then Eisenberg comes in with.
It's the battle between the two gladiators.
Yes, the
biggest gladiators.
The greatest gladiator match in history of the world. And we see
sorry, I don't remember. I just saw this trailer 2 times. I don't remember all the dialogue. Don't put me on the spot like that.
We see the Batwing kind of being used in a fight between Superman, which is really cool. Just seeing Batman in the cockpit.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Luthor has yet another great line: "Son of Krypton versus the Bat of Gotham." So cool. Then Lois Lane.
What I take this as is obviously, and this is a pretty obvious, plot line. I don't think this is a surprise, but I love just seeing how it factors in. Just Lex kind of, pulling the strings and kind of subtly pitting these two against each other, even if it's just like the whole handshake, like, oh, this guy's really strong. I wouldn't want to fight this guy.
Yeah, there's a line later on suggesting that Luthor is kind of using Batman to his advantage, which just makes you want to see that moment where Batman gets to punch Luthor in the face, which is going to be awesome if they do that. Anyway, so there's this. Well, maybe he cuts his hand with the batarang. Maybe that's why he has the bandage.
Yeah, that could be.
Anyway, so basically, this moment here kind of gives me a hint of that Luthor I want to see, which is still kind of the fun, like the Eisenberg kind of enjoying the heck out of two heroes fighting each other, which is still kind of very Luthor-esque. But
that's what I absolutely love about this Luthor, though, and it's something that Eisenberg is totally bringing to the table in a unique way. Is you're right, this guy is kind of like a party guy. He is kind of like a Facebook generation, like. Let's bro down and see these two forces fight each other.
Yeah, again, I'm just telling you, I want to see the thing I know he's capable of. Just from the now you see me, I just want them more just like the smartest guy in the room, Luthor. He could be. That's one of the best Luthors in comics. The one that just says, he pays $1 million for his time, and he gives you 1 minute of his time for $1 million. That's the Luthor I want.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. He says, Lois Lane says, "You're psychotic." A 3-syllable word for any thought too big for your little mind.
Oh boy.
For your little minds. Okay, let's see. So, then of course, Batman is on time for you to learn what it means to be a man. Which of course is it's a subtle way of saying you're super all right, but are you a Superman?
Oh,
I'm a Batman. Are you a Superman? In a way, essentially, that's what he's getting at.
We get some cool shots of Batman fighting these army guys in the desert. This is one of the scenes I'm really looking forward to because I just love the stark contrast of Batman in really, really harsh, bright light with that brown coat on him. It's a look of Batman I've personally never seen before.
I'll tell you
I don't know if he dons that look in the comics or not, but I think it's really striking.
Well, whenever Batman would go global, he wouldn't be afraid to pack on some layers like he did here, wearing a jacket over the costume. So it's a classic comics thing with Batman, him in the Ra's al Ghul story when he's in the Arctic, he wore his Batman with an Arctic coat on. It looked really cool.
But as far as I can tell, this is the first time, at least in feature film, that we've seen Batman with this kind of look, and I think it's really striking.
In film, absolutely right. That's the first time we've ever seen it in film.
Okay.
Okay, now we get this great bit here. This is a huge pull from Dark Knight Returns, which I was so happy with. There's this huge pull from it in this trailer. So, oh my God, it's this. The stay down, or Superman's telling Batman to stay down. It's as if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead already. It's such a nod to Dark Knight Returns, where the moment. The whole you want me to kill you? That moment. So just Superman not trying to hurt Batman, but he's just still he has to put him down. Not put him down, but he's been tasked with that though. So, and of course, following that bit, we see the unmasking bit we got from the awesome little teaser footage, which kind of let the moment play a little more than it did in this trailer. A lot of kind of weird cuts in this trailer, but who cares? It's awesome. But we get this great bit of Batman is somehow along the lines been captured from that desert raid, which we saw from the other trailer too, just him in the full thing just being taken out by a whole bunch of other guys.
Right.
And so he's captured, and then Superman's in there. They all bow to Superman. The Superman enters. So he enters there, and he removes the mask, and just Batman Bruce Wayne looks so ticked off at him. And then the Superman's glancing at the mask. Anyway, so then And Luthor has a line. This is the huge reveal of the trailer. That
Oh
boy.
God, yeah, I was not expecting this at all.
I know you weren't. So
I mean, I knew he was going to be in there somewhere, but I was not expecting it to just be like the big, huge money shot in the whole.
and again, the thing that suggests that Luthor is somehow just taking advantage of the fact Batman's against Superman here, is trying to hope he's hoping that Batman would kill Superman.
Exactly.
If man won't kill God, then the devil will do it. Then we see Zod being carted through the hallway, and you see Zod's body unzipped.
What is that about exactly?
What?
Zod is Zod. I did not know. Is Zod like basically kind of like a crazy reincarnated like Brainiac? Is that what Zod is?
No, it's General Zod from Man of Steel.
Yeah, I know, but like, what does Zod have to do with Doomsday? That's what I'm asking.
Well, nothing. It's this new idea.
Okay, well, what do you think they're going to do with that then?
All right. Well, here's what's revealed. Then I'll tell you what I think of it. So,
Okay.
yeah. So then, basically, he takes Zod's body, and the idea is, with the screen cuts to black, we hear this roaring, and the minute I heard the roaring, because this has been rumored for a while now, and I've been kind of hoping it wasn't true, because I was thinking, I don't know how they're gonna get away with this. I don't know if they'd be able to pull this off. Anyway, so you hear the roaring, and the minute I heard that roar, I was like, oh no. Then this huge mass appears. Now, this, I think, might have been too much for a trailer, but it was such a cool reveal, though.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I totally don't care.
Basically, out of the LexCorp, I guess, emerges just this huge gray hulking thing. And the minute I saw the figures, like, oh, I'm basically waiting to see, are the little bone chunks in there? Are there little bone chunks in there? He emerges. We see this big monster, and we see bone chunks all over him. It's like, oh my god, it's Doomsday!
Yep.
So they've turned Zod into Doomsday, and it's an interesting idea because the only connection there is potential. Sometimes there's this idea that Doomsday might have been forged from Kryptonian DNA.
Okay.
Sometimes there's an idea of that, so that's the main connection there. It's not always things. Doomsday is just kind of the unexplained origin.
So is Michael Shannon playing Doomsday?
Well, I would guess they had some. They said he shot some stuff there. So I mean, aside from just being a dead body, he's probably did some motion capture or something for him.
Gotcha. Interesting. I didn't expect them to go that way with Doomsday, but yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, regardless, I like the idea of just in the trailers, the idea proposed that Zod. Of course, the big controversial thing of Man of Steel shows they were going somewhere with it. Of course, Superman living with the consequences, and the whole world taking an eye on him. But of course, literally being haunted by his mistake there of just of Doomsday just being this unstoppable thing that Zod has become because he died. And of course, what I love, the little subtle touch I love so much, is that this Doomsday, at least this Doomsday-esque thing, because here's the thing, it has to absolutely be Doomsday because of those bone chunks, the way they're put in there. That's Doomsday's marker. That's him. It's not just like they could take the easy way out saying, oh, it's not Doomsday, just it's a monster. But no, it's Doomsday.
I doubt they do that.
That's the thing. If they didn't have the bone chunks, they just take the monster out. But no, it's Doomsday.
The thing with Snyder is that, with the exception of the giant squid, he's very faithful to the comics for the most part.
And again, he contemplated the squid. He put references into it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Point is, the best nod with this thing is the idea that it's two things. It's twofold. It's one, the fact that Doomsday's using heat vision. Of course, the thing that Zod was using when he died, and that's his big weapon. That's the big. Doomsday usually never could use the heat vision. That's an ad because of Zod, and I think it's this great poetic touch of that's his main weapon. Of course, he tries killing Batman with the heat vision. Now, the subtle thing that I think they're doing with the heat vision that could be neat is if there's kind of an adaptation thing in there. But actually, now I think about that, see, the way Doomsday worked in the comics, if you can't kill him the same way twice, he adapts from the way you've killed him, so you can't kill him that way again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying there's really no inkling that he can't just again. I'm not saying he would, but I'm saying snapping his neck again wouldn't work. I'm going to guess that, but the other thing though would be for some reason I forgot that heat vision didn't really factor into his demise aside from him using the heat vision.
Mm-hmm.
But because for a moment I thought they might do an adaptation thing where whatever killed him he can now use, so he used the heat vision. But sorry, off the table. The point is, I love the poetic things using the heat vision. And of course, you use that at the fire at Batman, and of course, big reveal. It looks like Bruce Wayne's it's like, oh no, and he's trying to unclamp the thing, get out of the Batwing. But before he does, flaming death is firing upon him. But how is poor Batman gonna tune in next week, folks? Same bat time, same bat channel. How is he gonna get out of this? Boom.
And have a good night, folks. That's it. That's the end of the podcast.
Wonder Woman appears
Oh, yeah.
with a shield, deflecting the blast, and then we cut to the two of them just kind of reacting, and like Superman asking Batman, "Is she with you?" Batman turns, and we get the first time we ever see Ben Affleck kind of speaking as Batman outside the metal suit. So he's using a voice changer.
I know.
He's using a light voice changer. It is him putting on kind of just a little bit of a gruff voice, but not too gruff.
Mm-hmm.
Him saying, "I thought she was with you."
Yeah.
And then we get the Trinity shot, the shot of the three of them with Wonder Woman with the sword and the shield.
Which is very, very satisfying. And I think just visually, at least, it's like right off the page. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
One quick thing. When all that rain and fire is coming down upon them and Ben Affleck's like, oh, fuck. I really, really genuinely hope that oh, fuck is the one fuck that they can get away with a PG-13.
Well, I don't think...
That's actually in the trailer, or that's actually in the movie.
Well, two things. One, I don't think he was saying that word. I think he was saying kind of the S-bomb instead. I'm pretty sure he was saying the S-bomb instead.
Okay, I don't know.
Regardless, though, they would never allow that, Tiki. I tell you, they'll never allow that.
Ah, screw you.
I'm saying if it's the F-bomb, they'll never allow it, because one, it's... First of all, superhero movies never get away with the F-bomb, even with the PG-13 rule. They never do. Aside from the
thing, or is that like an official MPAA thing, or is that just like?
Well, I'm saying aside from the rated R movies, the rated R superhero movies, obviously, you can't really get away with the thing about any superhero movie that has gotten away with the one F-bomb in the PG-13. Name one, just one.
Yeah, I can't off the top of my head.
That's what I'm saying. Every Marvel movie never did that.
Okay, fair enough. Marvel is a different thing. Marvel is Disney. I think DC could get away with it a lot easier.
Well, they haven't so far. That's the main thing. They haven't. They've never been done before. And I don't think the other reason I say they're definitely not going to do that is because it's a hard thing to get away with having one of your most beloved, definitely most popular characters. Again, it's something kids are definitely going to see, and because of that, saying the F-bomb. Imagine the backlash they're going to get for that. If that happens. So, if anything, they'll get them to say the S word, but I don't think they're going to get away with that.
I think they could get away with an oh shit. They had a lot of shit
I said,
in Daredevil.
No, I said that's the one they might have a chance of getting away with.
Right,
but,
right.
I don't know. But I'm saying they'll never go with an F-bomb from Batman. That'll never happen.
Okay, so let's veer the conversation away from the swearing and MPAA and whatnot and veer it on to, oh my god, that was awesome.
Yes, I mean, again, it was a great trailer. I mean, again, the only hesitation I had was like maybe they overshadowed the Doomsday thing. It's a little bit too much information, but it's cool though. I
don't really mind it because I still don't we don't really know all the fabric of the plot yet. We know that Luthor is going to somehow, be involved in pitting Batman and Superman against each other. We know that at the end of the day, Doomsday is going to come along and Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are going to have to fight him. I don't think that's necessarily a big plot spoiler. I think we could pretty much figure that out just based on Doomsday's presence in the movie in general. So I'm fine with it. I think it made for a really cool money shot sort of thing, especially with Wonder Woman coming in after that. And I think everything else building up to it, I think it was a perfect little cold open to the trailer with Clark Kent interviewing Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne kind of giving that little smirk that kind of sets up the Warner Brothers logo. That's perfect. Luthor just fulfilled everything that I wanted in a Jesse Eisenberg performance of him. Just all this ideology going back and forth. It's, God, I'm really on board with this, man. I am so on board with this. I got so much more. You literally saw my reaction to both the Captain America and and this trailer. And you saw my genuine reactions. I was so much more excited for this trailer than I was for the Captain America trailer. Yep. The Captain America trailer was like, oh, okay, there's Thunderbolt Ross. All right, that's Black Panther. All right, right on.
But
okay, that's cool.
The Black Panther run was really awesome, though. You gotta give him that.
But you saw me react to it, and I was just kind of like, all right. There's that character. There's that character. All right, cool. Right on. With this, I was like, oh, Luthor, oh, it's so cool, Ben Affleck. So I got genuinely much more excited about this than I did about Civil War. I don't know.
But again, for me, it was just that clown line just instantly. Like, first of all, it's the Bruce Wayne Clark Kent thing, and of course, it's the conversation boiling to the head, which is the clown line.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my god! And of course, the reference to Dark Knight Returns, like, oh, they're doing it.
And of course, Luther coming in, kind of acting like a bit of a clown himself, but a clown kind of, he's putting on the facade of being like this funny, goofy party guy. Oh god, it's so cool! It's so cool. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah, of course, no Aquaman in the trailer.
Oh god, I forgot Aquaman was even in this movie.
Yeah,
Where
no
the hell is he
Aquaman.
gonna fit into all of this? Oh my god.
Well, there was a theory that the third act was going to be Atlantis kind of involved in the battle, like an army involved.
Okay, if that's true, then they're doing a really good job of covering that up.
That's a theory. I don't have stuff to put in, but
I think the more likely thing is Wonder Woman. It's just like, I know a guy who can help us. Let's go down to Atlantis for 5 minutes to meet the guy who will be in his own movie soon.
But I will tell you, it would be kind of cool.
Hmm?
The thing I've been pitching with the Justice League, well, not Justice League, with this movie, would be if they, during an action sequence, if they had kind of a moment. The thing I've been pitching from the get-go is like, during the action scenes between Batman and Superman, it's like kind of saving people together. You'd have a moment where it's throughout. You'd have some subtle nods, like a red flash goes by and saves a guy, and you'd have that, maybe like a bit of like a touch of Green Lantern in there, basically like throughout the action scene. But of course, there's a question like, who are those guys? And then at the end,
maybe like there's one point where some guy's about to really get up on Batman, and then he gets taken down by an arrow.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like a lightning bolt for Shazam, just like strikes.
Uh-huh.
No, but seriously, that would be great if they just kind of had the ending be like the original Justice League, where it was. Remember, Batman and Superman were kind of big numbers at that time, so they weren't really around the original lineup of the Justice League. It was Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter. It was there was the 5 others. So if it was like Wonder Woman, who actually was the Justice League tie-in at the end, if like she knew the other ones, and at the end they kind of do my original idea of just want to see so badly, just like do kind of the Iron Man equivalent of like, now you guys are part of a bigger world now. And just you reveal the Justice League, hence the dawn of justice. Dun,
Oh
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
That would be a really, really badass ending to this movie. It's just like all of the casted people for the Justice League so far just coming out of their costumes. Oh man.
Let me tell you why DC right now is kind of they're showing to be a contender for Marvel right now. I'll tell you why. It's because look on TV right now. I'm not just saying compare like DC's TV to Marvel's TV. I'm just saying look at what DC does in general TV. So recently tonight they just finished the 2-parter of the Arrow Flash crossover that's building Legends of Tomorrow. And I gotta tell you, it was so great, so fantastic.
I heard the first Arrow Flash crossover was a disappointment.
No, the first one was like a mixed bag. This one was just all together was fantastic. But the thing is, with that, well, I'll tell you why it was fantastic. There's a reason I think this trailer and the movie universe might be going in the right direction, because they're not. Marvel has been building through the things they've been building. They've been earning what they've been building. So it's obviously Marvel is on the right track in the movies and the cinematic universe and the universe building. DC, of course, didn't have that advantage. But what DC has been doing is that when they reach the point where they're ready, it's like they've had it all stocked up over these years, and they're just like ready to drop it. So they're going essentially balls to the walls crazy with it. So, so Vandal Savage was on Arrow and Flash, and they're going right now in Arrow. They're going in the mystical any direction. Like there's time travel on Flash. So basically, they're not afraid to go in the full comics direction on TV at least.
Okay.
And with the movies, they're not afraid to go completely visually kind of out there with the stuff like saying, this is the big stuff from the comics. We're going to communicate these ideas. They're big times. Basically, we don't have to do any of the build. We're just going to drop them as they lay right now. That's the idea.
I mean, the exciting thing for me about DC right now is
it's basically if you got the payoffs of Marvel just without, like, if you started with Avengers instead of the other build-up movies, which is
right. But I feel like with DC, I feel like they're going to give their filmmakers a lot more freedom to not have to have everything fit so much in tone with the rest of the movies, as long as it fits in continuity.
From what I hear, Wonder Woman's going in a very ambitious direction.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's exciting. Isn't it going to span like multiple decades or something
Yeah,
like that?
that's the thing. I don't know. I
Yeah,
want to say
right,
Steve
right.
Trevor is going to have like 2 roles. I don't know how it's going to work, but
Crazy.
yeah, the point is that one of them's getting very ambitious. They seem like they're going to be very distinct, like standalone films.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what gets me really excited
Like
about
I
it.
heard rumors that the Green Lantern movie is going to be kind of like a Lethal Weapon movie in space,
Okay,
which could be
okay.
cool. Like a
I could
buddy
see
cop
that.
movie
I
in
could see
space.
that.
I can imagine. Just imagine this: Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan in space, like Lethal Weapon. It'd be awesome.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Aquaman could be like Game of Thrones and Atlantis, have all this kind of like social intrigue and stuff going
And
on.
it sounds like they want Orm. From what I've heard, they're going with Orm over Black Manta.
Okay, okay.
So essentially what that means is that they're really going for like the history of Atlantis with that decision. I mean, it's less kind of the birth of Aquaman's son, more which is Black Manta's thing, but more so the like the fallen brother of Atlantis, like the Loki of Atlantis.
So I don't know, man. I'm suddenly changing my tune because literally I don't mean to be down on the Captain America trailer. I really don't. It's not a bad trailer.
You're
It's
darn right, it's
not.
not a bad trailer.
It's it just didn't get me excited. I literally saw nothing in that trailer that I really hadn't already seen before in the MCU. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to see Black Panther. I like the fact that Sam Elliott's back in the fold. But
Sam Elliott?
yeah, isn't it Sam?
No, it's not Sam Elliott. It's William Hurt.
Didn't okay, well then Sam Elliott was the
He was the Ang Lee one.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm sorry. At least I got the role. At least I got the character
You're
right.
just thinking of Sam Elliott because of The Good Dinosaur right now.
I am. I am.
If you ain't afraid, you ain't alive.
Oh man, I love Sam Elliott. Anyways.
But yeah, this trailer, oh man, it's so fun. It's so much Batman, Superman we've got to know over the years, kind of hitting the big screen.
Yeah, and I love, you know what? The more we see of this movie, the more I'm kind of fine with the Batman v Superman instead of Batman versus Superman, because especially with this trailer, it really is a battle of ideology as much as it is a physical battle.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so cool. It's
Yeah, see, I got a peek at the Batman gadgets for the movie. That's so cool.
mm-hmm.
I'm a little. Again, I get 2 reservations going into this movie. Just 2 things I'm a little worried about, but I'm hoping they're going to pull off. Again, the trailers so far have been kind of winning me over. They've definitely been winning me over more so. Just that Bruce Wayne.
I think the trailers have been getting better and better. I think the first one was kind of mediocre.
Two had the Bruce Wayne running into the cloud, the plume of dust, which I loved.
The second one was definitely a big improvement. The second one was really, really cool.
Mm.
This, I think, was like legitimately oh God, it was so well put together. I just love how all the ideology of Batman versus Superman just kind of comes to a head in this trailer. It's like it's everything that we know about these characters clashing with one another. And for that, it's not like I say, it's not just by far the best of the Batman v Superman trailers. It's up there with the Star Wars trailers in terms of like being the best trailers of the year.
I'll tell you we'll 2 things. One, with the kind of the Star Wars trailer comparison, there's just one thing these trailers could have brought to me that would have instantly sold me, because I heard this at the Comic-Con panel. They did just the score they have for Batman v Superman. If they use that score they have this great theme in there.
Mm-hmm,
It's like this new theme they have for the Batman v Superman, which sounds so good. I want to hear it. I want it in a trailer, so I don't have to listen to the crappy quality from the Comic-Con interviews. Just give me that score. It's like Batman Mask of the Phantasm meets I forget what it meets, but it has like a lot of Phantasm in it. It's the Man of Steel theme meets Mask of the Phantasm. It works so well. Anyway, but yeah, my only fears going into this movie, it's 2 elements. One, and this one's just kind of it's a personal gadget thing, but I think this one's an easy one to fix. Is that looking at his gadgets, Batman has some gun-like things. Like you saw at the end of the trailer, he's holding like I assume it's like it's his it's his smoke grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a little gun-like, but I can easily get over that one. I'm a huge, as you know,
As long as he's not actually firing a gun, you know.
That's the thing. I mean, even in like Dark Knight Returns, of course, the rifle-looking, the rifle-looking grappling launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing is like his grappling gun looks a little more like a handgun, but it's modified a bit. Basically, it's a nice wooden handle, kind of like Rorschach grappling gun, which is really neat. But the other thing I'm actually, this is an actual concern. The other one's just like more of a, so I gotta see how it works before I'm on board for it.
Okay.
Again, I'm still worried because there's this idea that Batman might have the intention of killing Superman, which again, it's like the question of humanity versus. That's my big fear for the. They have to sell me on that. That's my only. I'm really worried about that.
Okay.
Believe me, I'm on board for this movie the whole way through, except for that one element, just make me really fearful.
Can I pitch you something though? What if it's like? What if Batman, like throughout the movie, knows how much of a threat Superman is? And it's like a big sort of like emotional turmoil for him. Everyone wants Batman to kill Superman. Or maybe not everyone, but you know what I mean? Like there's certain people who...
Well, Luthor definitely wants him to kill Superman.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Luthor is the one who kind of cons Batman into starting this fight. But I think throughout the movie, we're going to see that real moral dilemma. It's going to kind of carry over with that whole thing with Superman and Zod. You know, it's going to be like the whole thing is going to kind of be Superman and Batman. Like Batman's going to have this moral crisis of, I know I need to take out this guy, but my God, I have this rule and I have not broken the rule before. I haven't even considered it, and it'd be such a big step. So I think if they played it off like it's something that's really, really eating away at him, maybe the fact that it's eating away at him just makes him even more pissed at Superman than he already is. I don't know.
I gotta tell you,
I just think that if they play it off like he's being really, really mentally tortured by the idea of having to kill Superman, but he knows he has to.
Yeah, I mean, another way of looking at it is he doesn't view Superman as human, which makes it like, if you fight an alien monster, it's not really sentient, then it's easier to kill it. Which, that's kind of like a rule Batman can skirt by with. If it's not sentient, he can kill it.
That's very true, except for the fact that...
He knows he's sentient, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, the fact I'm still looking at it like he's an alien. He's not really human, so it's kind of outside of my rule, technically. Okay. Yeah, it could be.
I hope they go my direction with it and just have it be like a real, like hardcore struggle.
Again, an easy out would be like if it was just like for a moment he's contemplating. It's building up to him contemplating, then Alfred talks him out of it.
That would be way too easy. I doubt they do that.
No, we'll see. Also, speaking of death, should we discuss kind of the implications of? You don't think they'd kill Superman with Doomsday in this thing? I'm just saying that's Doomsday's big shtick. He's the thing that killed Superman.
That is Doomsday's big shtick. I mean, obviously, if they killed Superman, they'd obviously
had a place.
Bring him back. But
that's the thing. I mean, it's kind of you get Batman and Superman together, then you kill one or something.
I don't know, man. Now that you raise that question, it might. It'd be ballsy. I'll give it that much. Okay.
It'd be kind of neat if they kind of ended it with like the post credit. Again, they've said no post credit scenes though, so.
Yeah, that's.
If they had like a little stinger or something at the end of like Luthor or someone in the company's like has somehow retrieved Doomsday and is reanimating him to be bigger and better, and just like put him in the green suit that we know from the Death of Superman, where he emerges and he's tearing through the suit of like we've regressed him, so he's going to be stronger and better. He's going to be the ultimate thing to kill Superman, make him less mindless.
So maybe the proper Man of Steel sequel could be Death of Superman.
True. Or they could just kind of save it for like the third one for all if they really build it well.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I still really want to see Brainiac on screen.
That's the thing. But from what I hear, I think they've confirmed Darkseid for Justice League.
Darkseid is also good. Okay.
Man of Steel 2 could definitely have Brainiac though.
Yeah, I think Brainiac is a character that it's inexcusable that
they got now. Unfortunately, with the whole Marvel DC thing, you always gotta. It's this thing. I'll tell you real quick. My pitch I've always had in mind for Man of Steel 2, and even before it was Batman v Superman, even when Batman was included in the mix, my pitch for the movie was always that. It would be the classic Batman Superman meeting scene, but your villain, like your big physical bad guy, would be Metallo. The kryptonite fueled robot guy. Issue is, and Zack Snyder's confirmed this, that the reason they agreed not to use him, so unfortunately you're not going to see Mattel, hence the Doomsday in there, is that because they had Ultron, because they didn't want another robot bad guy. They contemplated it though, because he's the logical villain to do next, but they can't do him because of Ultron. And
that's true.
That's making me think they're not doing Brainiac in Justice League.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ultron, but then again, Thanos and Darkseid very similar. It's a question who's going to get there first. Which technically, if I'm right, wait, I'm trying to. No, wait, Justice League's farther down. They're going to do Thanos before Darkseid. Okay. I mean, we know they've done Thanos before Darkseid. None of the big story with Thanos. Anyway, so again, good trailer.
Yes. I think there's only so many times we could just say, "Oh, that was really cool." But like I said, bold statement coming from me. But I think with this trailer, contrasted with the Captain America trailer, I sound like, hey, I'm not saying Captain America trailer was bad. I'm just saying this trailer elicited a lot more emotion and excitement out of it.
Oh, but before we leave here, let me just kind of say something. Let's give some props to Jimmy Kimmel for debuting these trailers.
Sure.
But the big thing, though, I just want to, I know you didn't see this, but let me just tell you the cute little gag he had at the beginning before the trailer happened.
Okay.
First of all, I like it was smart enough this time not to make us wait so long for like what we did with the Captain America trailer.
How fast did it come in?
It was the second bit, so after the first bit, it went to commercial and it came back directly with Ben Affleck. So we didn't have to wait like two or three segments into it. It was just after the first one.
Nice.
Anyway, there was a really great bit he had there. It's so cute. I think he knows Ben Affleck, but personally, I think they might have grown up together. Like in the same. It's like how Kevin Smith is friends with Ben Affleck, that sort of thing. They're in the same. Anyway, the point is, he built he built kind of an awesome looking bat signal from the movie. And it lights up, and the idea is he was going to summon Ben Affleck there. He comes back to the stage. Well, no sign of me. He looks in the audience, and Ben Affleck's been sitting there. Yeah, I've been here for like 20 minutes, Jimmy. And he said, well, wait, yeah, you texted me. You told me to come. Why don't you come to the show? He says, oh, well, I didn't have to build. The idea is Jimmy Kimmel, the reason I'm ending and saying we should end it around here is that Jimmy Kimmel had this gag where he can't divorce what he's seeing, Ben Affleck from Batman, so he thinks it's just, you know who I am, right? Yeah. You know I'm not really Batman. Yeah, I know you're not really Batman. He says, well, what's my name? He says, well, your name is. I'd like to hear it from you as Bruce Wayne, because you're Batman. Just the idea that I think Ben Affleck, he's looking like he's coming right off the page here, and he's really gonna bring us a Batman and a DC.
I think Ben Affleck as Batman has a lot of potential to be the best live-action Batman performance we've ever seen.
A lot of the hopes for this movie and this universe are thrust upon the shoulders of Batman. Just saying that phrase makes me very excited. I just imagine that thing with the guy holding the globe. I'm just imagining like the big DC logo, just Batman holding it on his back, just saying, Batfleck.
But especially because Affleck's such a good director too, so that just brings a whole new element into the mix. I really want a whole trilogy of Affleck directed Batman.
And I think they all should be prequel. I think the first one should be prequel at least. Because that's the thing. I think with Batman going forward, there's the last thing I'll say on Batman is that they really should. I think this should be the end point for what they're doing with Batman. You just go back in time a little bit just to see how he got to that point of the Jason Todd death. Going to that, what brought him to the Dark Knight Returns Batman, because that's where all their stories are. And hopefully, if they do the unspeakable and they kill Gordon, that'd be a way to bring him back. Have them all in the prequels. That's where you have all your solo Batman stories and your crossover stuffs in the movies. Case in point. Okay.
You sounded so sad about the Gordon thing.
I'm going to be very sad, but again, if the movie wins me over, just again do prequels with the other Batman movies. I'm just really hoping they don't kill.
Just throw Bryan Cranston in there as Gordon. There, done.
Well, that would just that would be my Make-A-Wish Foundation, make me very concerned for my own health. Like, wait, what?
Okay, and on that note, have a good night, everyone.
See ya.
The red capes are coming.
The red capes
are coming.
Batman.